Malaysians, can the police arrest you without warrant if you violate the MCO? That's today's questions. But before I begin, I filmed this at midnight, so pardon my uncombed hair and also my pajamas from except with the jacket. Right, let's begin. The Movement Control Order has been extended to 12 May 2020, which comprises of 4 phases altogether. For the ketua keluarga who have been stuck with their wife in the past more than a month, I believe are dying to go out and take some fresh air. Don't get me wrong, your wife can be as cute as Doraemon, but we humans just need a break. So for whatever reason you are out and you come across roadblock, either you fail to give a reasonable explanation to the police or the police just choose not to believe you, can the police arrest you without a warrant of arrest? There are voices within the legal fraternity doubting the police power in arresting all MCO violators without warrants. It is settled that our current MCO is a product of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988, short form when we call it PRCIDA. The government has invoked Section 1112 of the PRCIDA to make regulations where it gives rise to all 4 phases of the MCO, starting from 18th of March 2020 all the way up until 12 May 2020. So far, it might be further extended. So, the regulation will tell you, can you go more than 10 kilometers? How many people you can go out with during the MCO, whether or not you can just pay the fine to compound the offence, etc. etc. The relevant regulations cover for all phases, and in order not to bore you to death and dwell on the technical part, you, if you have time to spare, which I believe you do, can go on to federalgazette.agc.gov.my to find out. Or just leave this technical part to the lawyers. As you already know, the relevant regulations provide that the MCO violators can be fined not exceeding the amount of 1,000 ringgit or imprisonment for a term not more than 6 months or to both. But those regulations, PRCIDA and the relevant regulations did not provide for the issue of warrant of arrest. So we go back to the Bible of the criminal procedure in Malaysia, aka the Criminal Procedural Code EBC. Section 2 of the CPC expressly distinguishes between the seizable offence, where are the offences where the police can arrest you without a warrant, and non-seizable offence, where are the offences the police can arrest you only with a warrant. Meaning to say, police can arrest you without warrant if the police suspect you committed a seizable offence and vice versa. So it begs the question now, is violating the MCO a seizable offence? First schedule of the CPC, by this I don't mean the schedule of your repetitive life during the MCO, but in CPC there's a real schedule, shed some light on this. Although the offence and the penalty provided by the relevant regulations are within the ambit none other than PRCIDA and PRCIDA only, and the first schedule of the CPC mainly concerned about offences codified under the Penal Code, the very last section of the first schedule of the CPC provides for offences against laws other than Penal Code, which includes PRCIDA, where it states that the police shall not arrest without warrant for any offences punishable with imprisonment for less than 3 years. In other words, we all know breaking MCO will only carry about maximum 6 months imprisonment, hence violating MCO is not a seizable offence and police cannot arrest you without warrant. But why do we still see that a lot of police arresting people and charge them in court right away? There's a trick in this. As the saying goes, when all doors are closed, there is always a door remain open, the back door. Section 269, 270 and 271 of the Penal Code provide for the similar nature of offences to one that made in relevant regulations, and the CPC allows the police to arrest without warrant for offences under Section 269 and 270. So now what's 269, 270, 271? 269 is negligently spreading the disease, 270 is about intentionally spreading the disease, and 271 is breaking the quarantine rule. So 269 and 270 is a seizable offence. Furthermore, in some cases whereby the public obstruct the police in carrying their duties would breach Section 186 or 187, and Section 186 is a seizable offence. So this is a loophole in law. The police could arrest you under the seizable offence, but the charges framed in court later might be a non-seizable offence. Or the other school of thought would be that the burden for the prosecutor to prove under Section 269, 270, or 271 of the Penal Code is much higher than those under the relevant regulations, and the change in the section happened. Example, so when someone says that the world has 500 countries and Malaysia has 15 states and is still holding a high post in government, it is always easier to prove that he has a thick-faced politician rather than he's stupid. That would mean the standard of proof. This is my point. As it's always the prosecutor's discretion in deciding which charge to press against the accused, the section used by the police during arrest often differs from the charge later. This is a common occurrence in Malaysia, sadly to say. Although most of the MCO violators, if not all, are charged under the relevant regulations in place instead of the penal code, there is no law to prohibit the police to reasonably suspect and arrest you under one section and then charge you under another. So it seems that our police are being smart, surprisingly, that they are circumventing the loophole in the current MCO situation. It remains open for the lawyers and legal fraternity to argue whether or not this is an abuse of law or a wrongful arrest. This can only be tested in the court of law, probably after this MCO. Right, since we all have more free time than usual now, I will try my best to upload more useful and educating videos to you all, in respect of legal issues of course, because that's the only thing I'm capable of. I cannot sing in the balcony or prank anyone in my house because no one in my house, or dance in TikTok. And I certainly do not hope to see you end up in court. So guys, stay home, stay safe, and you can make a difference.